Welcome to QLM Business News. Here are today's news stories. Hollywood writers' strike nears end. Tentative deal promises gains and AI protections. The Writers Guild of America, WGA, disclosed the breakthrough with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, AMPTP, the body representing studios, streaming platforms, and producers in negotiations. A statement from the WGA announced, "We have reached a tentative agreement on a new 2023 MBA, which is to say an agreement in principle on all deal points, subject to drafting final contract language. We can say, with great pride, that this deal is exceptional, with meaningful gains and protections for writers in every sector of the membership." After 146 days on the picket lines, Hollywood's writers are poised to reach an agreement with the studio heads who pay their salaries. Most of the writers' demands appear to have been met with this deal, including improved royalty payments and safeguards concerning the role of artificial intelligence in future TV and film production. Pending approval by members of the Writers Guild of America, which appears highly likely, this agreement will conclude the second longest strike in the union's history. It also marks the most extensive industry strike in decades, with over 100,000 actors joining the writers on the picket lines. Hollywood's full recovery is not immediate, as filming for shows like The Last of Us and Stranger Things, which have been halted for months, cannot resume until actors return to work. However, talk shows like Jimmy Kimmel Live and Saturday night shows, which do not rely on actors, could restart filming as soon as this week. The strike's participants framed it as more than just a Hollywood issue. Some argued that AI wasn't just anti-creative, but posed an existential threat not only to their craft but to humanity. This agreement is seen as a major victory in securing protections for their TV and film credits and payments in light of AI's growing role in the industry. The 3-year contract agreement, reached after 5 days of renewed negotiations between WGA and AMPTP representatives, awaits approval from the Guild's board and members before the strike officially concludes. The statement emphasized, to be clear, no one is to return to work until specifically authorized by the Guild. We are still on strike until then. But we are, as of today, suspending WGA picketing. Instead, if you are able, we encourage you to join the SAG-AFTRA picket lines this week. This development comes just 5 days before the strike would have become the longest in the Guild's history, as well as the lengthiest strike in Hollywood in decades. Approximately 11,500 members of the Writers Guild of America initiated the strike on May 2, citing concerns over pay, the size of writing staffs on shows, and the use of artificial intelligence, AI, in script creation. In July, the SAG-AFTRA Actors Union commenced its own strike, which has yet to be resolved. SAG-AFTRA commented, SAG-AFTRA congratulates the WGA on reaching a tentative agreement with the AMPTP after 146 days of incredible strength, resiliency, and solidarity on the picket lines. While we look forward to reviewing the WGA and AMPTP's tentative agreement, we remain committed to achieving the necessary terms for our members. We remain on strike in our TV theatrical contract and continue to urge the studio and streamer CEOs and the AMPTP to return to the table and make the fair deal that our members deserve and demand. This news story is brought to you by QLM Business News, your digital media channel. Visit QLMBusinessNews.com. For more business news stories, also follow us on Facebook, X, and YouTube. To help QLM Business News bring you more news stories like this, please like, share and subscribe.